All right, slams and jams for the love of pro wrestling and rock and roll. We are here with a review of the 2CW. What's the name of the show? I wasn't even there. Ed, what's the name of that show, you guys?
Rock
North Country.
Oh, I thought you meant this show.
No, I think he means the 2CW show.
That's the one I meant, fella. Most professional broadcast ever. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
That's us.
That's us. Like it or not.
We were the last horse to cross the finish line today.
That's right. Anyways, 2CW show, one of the rares that I could not make. I had previous engagements.
Yeah.
This fella and this fella. It's probably different in the windows that you're looking at, but they were there. They're going to tell you all about it. Hit it, boys.
It's different in the windows I'm looking at.
Eddie, give me the fans' perspective of this thing. You walk in, you see all the old faces.
Hold on. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You guys can't hear me, can you?
Yes.
All right. Is it really delayed?
No.
It's got to be really delayed then. Because I've been talking this whole time and you guys have just been talking over me.
Now your mouth is going.
What is going on here?
With everything.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm declaring shenanigans. North Country Chaos also promoted as under new management, but I think they ditched that idea for whatever reason. Probably because ticket sales got better and they're like, let's up this a little bit. Yeah, so it was Saturday, August 15th. Honestly, it's been over a week, but I needed that long to kind of recover.
Yeah, you sure did.
It was a killer show.
We'll get into that too.
Yeah. We had an introduction by Kurt Angle. He kicked off the show, which was incredible. How long was the line, his autograph line, Bobby?
13 miles.
Yeah. It was about an hour and a half delay before bell time.
Yeah,
an hour and a half late.
But that's nothing new for 2CW. New management, same old shenanigans.
Yeah.
Question.
Billy in
Mr.
the background.
Carpenter. Mr. Carpenter.
Yes, Billy.
Thank you. How did it compare to the Hardys line from November?
It was out the door and around the building.
Oh, so it was bigger than the Hardys line.
Oh yeah. By far.
That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
Well deserved too.
Kurt Angle made thousands. And that's his cut. I would say he probably made thousands that day. Bobby probably
stuck around for a very long time after he did his spot. Stuck around forever.
Oh wow. Nice. Yeah, he was cool.
I think Bob's lying right there. I detect a lie.
I did hear through the grapevine post show that Kurt was quick to take a red eye and get the hell out of here. But that's mere speculation.
You could say that. It's just speculation.
I don't want to pull back the curtain or anything here, but that's just what I heard. I don't know. Tell me about your perspective of things starting off that show. There was over 1,000 in attendance. You were the ring announcer for this, Bobby. What was it like?
Nerves, my friend. The first full show that I've done for 2CW or anybody. Like I did one match for ISIS Effects out in Buffalo. Like that was 2 years ago. But this was the first time I did a full 2CW show. 15 years? I mean, is that possible?
Wow.
It sounds about right, doesn't it?
Yeah, it would be. That would be. Yeah, I think 2CW started, 20 years ago? And here we are talking about it still. Yeah,
maybe
it was a good show. It was a good way to kick things.
It was a lot of fun. I mean, it was great seeing everybody in the back. You know, great seeing them in the front too. It was very, very nice. Nice to see people like Dalton and Eddie Edwards and all the regulars and everything, and people that used to be like have a different position with 2CW, and now they're doing something different, and it was great.
Hate to chime in real quick. I know this
Billy.
is probably something pertinent. Maybe it isn't, but rumor has it. I don't know. I heard it through the grapevine. There were bombshell chants when you were in the.
Oh
ring.
yes, of course. There always are.
I didn't know. I
Mere
just wanted to clear it up.
speculation at this point.
Just wanted to clear
Yeah,
things
there
up.
definitely was.
And I thought you were here. I thought you were there. I'm pointing. Oh, is he over there?
I mean,
there. Where is he?
I mean, Bob's the one that told me. So I mean, it's that he's the grapevine. He's the said grapevine.
Yeah,
But to
very
be
well.
honest,
And
every single time I get in there to ring announce, the Foley chants are tremendous. So you know, it's just those a-holes out there. You know, it's a certain group of a-holes. You know, the ones that we love the most. We love
the
you the
usual
most.
suspects.
Yeah. Oh man. So to kick things off, we had Muscle Marcos come out after Angle gives his great introduction.
The muscle around here.
And let me explain Muscle Marcos for those that don't know. This guy was the scrawniest man of all time that would come out with a shake weight and call himself Muscle Marcos. That's his gimmick, right? Now comes to the ring with actual muscles.
Wow,
The
really?
man's in great shape. He is in great shape.
Really?
He's still not huge, but I was impressed by, he's got some guns on him now. Like he must
And
sleep
a
with
full
that fucking
beard.
thing.
A full beard, which I've
he
never
grew
seen.
facial hair.
It's always clean shaven, you know?
Yeah. It was cool.
I mean,
but he kicked things off. Go ahead, Bob or Billy.
There
He did
was
have the
more than
shake
one
weight.
Patriot through the years. Are you sure it was really him? This could be like that whole Ultimate Warrior thing.
It could be. But speaking of Patriots, his opponent that came to
You're
the
welcome.
ring, the returning Dick Justice.
Let's go.
I
I
was
heard
really
that.
disappointed.
I was so mad that I wasn't there. I was so mad.
It was great. He got such a pop too. I was really disappointed though. He did the and everyone's going yay, yay, and I'm like, didn't we used to chant Dick, 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 oh Dick with his punches? And I didn't think of it until after it happened. I'm like, oh, we dropped the ball on that one for him because I think he was expecting it and didn't get it. But he got a lot of chants and everybody remembered him, so that was awesome. But that was about it. Dick Justice beat Marcos, which we.
It's
all
very
saw
good
that
to
coming.
see Dick Justice, who came up and showed his appreciation for my Halloween shirt that I was wearing and said, I like a bit of the old European power metal. So it was very nice.
I could
can
picture
hear
him
him
saying
saying
it just like that too.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
And he's been on different programs post 2CW. He had
He had a
course,
couple
that
of really
spot-
good runs. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. So it's cool that he came back in and still has it. You still got it. We followed that up with Watertown's own Jay Freddy taking on what is he, TNA champion? What was Dalton Castle now? What belt is he holding? He had a belt, didn't he?
Dalton Castle is in Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor, yes, sir. Thank you. I got to keep up with my indies here. That match was pretty good. There was a chant, a vote for Freddie. Freddie's running for some sort of office through his believe his union.
Right. There you go.
But
He is
pointed
running
that
for the
out,
head
I
of the
was like,
union. So, yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Congratulations to him on that. And let's go, Freddie.
a very handsome young man in the front row in a cowboy hat started that chant for him, so it was nice. But I did not. It was not my idea. I stole it. However, all that aside, Dalton Castle came out in all of his glory. He had his entourage with him.
Oh, well.
What do you got a story for this?
He did have his entourage with him, and he was in all his glory. The power.
The boys were there.
Yes. Oh,
The boys were there.
I love it.
Yeah, right in front of us, man. He, did the whole used them as a staircase to get up into the ring and the whole 9 yards.
Classic Dalton.
At one point, he dropped his elbow pad, and one of the boys picked it up and was trying to hand it to him while they're supposed to be down on the ground. Like, I don't know if you caught that, Bob. He's like trying to hand it to him. Dalton's looking at him like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, yeah."
Might need
He
that.
turned turned and grabbed it like you wouldn't even see it happening, but as a
Mm.
true pro would. That was a fun match.
It was a good match. You knew that was going to be. You knew that was going to be a great match on paper, and then it ended up being exactly what we expected it to be.
Yeah, for bulking up like Jay Freddy has, he still moves. He can still move, man. So that was cool. Almost scary to watch him move that fast.
Is Freddie as big as he was like a couple years ago? I mean, I know he got like really buffed up. Then he busted up his ankle or something. And then I don't know. Is he still like jacked, or is he just like thick?
He's thicker. He's thicker now, but still moves like a cat.
Built like a Mack truck.
Yeah, coming at you.
We remember Freddie when he was the doing the ring stuff. He was this big. So
yeah.
Come a long way.
I helped put the ring together with Freddie once, and watched him get destroyed by Jason Axe. And as a way of telling us, this is what you're signing up for at this school. Are you sure you want to do this? And I never felt sorrier for a human being in my life because he got tattooed.
Only because you just mentioned this, let me pop in for 30 seconds because our boy Tim Jockway woke up this morning. He messaged me at 7:30 a.m. and it's very relevant to what you just said. He said, in terms of 2CW, Monday is Jason X and I am Jay Freddy.
Oh.
And I said, in modern times, Monday is Big Cass and I'm Jay Vaughn. And he goes, in terms of 10 years ago, Monday is Big Cass and I am Carmella. I'm like, oh, damn.
Oh, ouch.
Then I came back with one more. Monday is Brock Lesnar and I am Ilios Push. So we left it at that. But yeah, it's funny. You should just say Jason X beat the crowd. I'm like, wait, I had a just today. There was a Jason X Jay Freddy reference earlier in my day.
It's a great reference.
Jason versus Freddy.
Carry on, boys.
Those are some of my favorite 2CW matches. Just to throw that out there.
That's a brilliant thought too. Like, where was the T-shirt for the Jason versus Freddy matches? You know, like where's someone dropped the ball there? Following that match, what could have been
Mercedes Martinez on her farewell tour.
Yes, and hopefully
against Alley Cat.
Hopefully it didn't end too soon because we didn't get too far into it, Bobby. And I don't know if Mercedes just twisted her knee just right or what happened. From ringside, from what I could hear, that was the case, that her knee went one way and her body went the other, and down she went. And it was hard to tell at first. We all just kind of froze. We thought maybe this is, that she's working her. But Allie got down, and you immediately see the tears in her eyes, and wrapped her arms around her and told her she loved her. And it was I had tears in my eyes watching all that unfold, man. There's two professionals going in there, risking it all to
like they all do.
Fans.
Yeah, it's
and something so small, so quick, and it could be career ending in situations like that. You don't know. To see the heart that Allie had, and how hurt she felt. She just kept saying, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." Of course, I was standing next to Ranger Steve, and they had to lift up the mats to get the stretcher into the building or into the ringside area. So we were holding up the mats so they could wheel her out. Yeah, it's just unfortunate, man. It was.
On top of that, Ed, Bobby was telling me a couple days after we were talking about it, and he was telling me that Allie was super upset about it and everything. And I said, well, a part of that too could be that, I don't know if you know this or not, a couple of years ago, Allie had an injury. She did a dive over the ropes, and it was in GCW. She did a dive over the ropes, and her leg, I think it came down on the railing or something, and I believe it was a compound fracture. It was really bad. Yeah, and she was out for like a year. and she had just literally come back within the last year from that. So not only obviously, obviously a compassionate person, but she went through something similar. You know what I mean? A serious injury within the last couple of years. So she knows. She not only does she know, in the moment, oh my God, what's this mean? But she obviously knows the aftermath of, she was out of work for, a year and stuff. So that's probably another reason why she might have been a little extra upset too,
And
what a shame that it happens. What a shame that it happens to Mercedes Martinez, who was just misused like nobody's ever been. Well, I shouldn't say like nobody's ever been, but like a lot of people are in AEW. There's no reason that Mercedes Martinez isn't on the training team for the women's division in AEW. I mean, she is so good. And to see this happen to her on her farewell tour, right in front of our faces, it was a gut punch for sure.
All credit to Bobby too. While she was down and hurting, the referee put up the X's and said, "We need to get some help out here." And there was nothing. And so the ref gets back up, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, maybe a minute, which doesn't sound like a long time, but in reality, that is a long time for a situation like this. Looks down to Bobby like, I'm serious. We need some help. Bobby goes back and gets help. These paramedics come out at a snail's pace, hands in their pockets, like, well, whatever.
This is just wrestling. It's probably part of the show.
They thought like you guys did, part of the show. That's exactly what it was. And because I was running around to people that were out in the arena that looked like they were medical staff, and they're all, what?
Yeah, it was a little disheartening to see that. And of course, the whole time, Allie's telling them what to do. Like, don't move her. I don't want you moving her until you can get her legs stabilized. Read him the riot act, basically.
Right.
I think she was a little upset that it took so long too. And which sucks, man, because it started out so much. It was so fun, man. We were having so much fun at ringside.
I took the wind out of the sails at a rather early moment in the night.
It did, and why not keep the wind out of the sails as immediately following the departure, Ben Hameen's music hits?
Yeah, that'll take the wind out of anybody's sails.
It burned the sails off the boat, and I'm like, what a heel move.
It was just a floating dock at that point. No sails left.
So I got out of there. I didn't need to get whapped with a pole again like I have in the past. Like I think we both felt that, Billy. So I didn't need to get whacked with a flagpole. So I was out of there.
Nothing worse than getting hit with Hameen's pole. It's the worst.
It's even worse when the top of it goes. Yeah, it is bad. It's even worse when part of his pole goes flying out into the crowd and nails somebody in the face.
He's got no pole control.
No pole control.
But to save the day and to bring things back, we had another of Watertown's own, Jerry Bikes.
Jerry Bikes.
Jerry Bikes comes in on his bike. Now, here's a cool story with Jerry. I walk in, and says, "Cowboy hat guy, come here. You see these?" And he's got these little bike bells that go on your handlebars, and then you got a little thing you flick with your thumb and go bing, bing.
Sure.
He's got about, I'd say, maybe 8 to 12 of them sitting on the table, and he goes, "You got to buy a bell." He goes, "They're $5, only $5." I'm like, "All right, that's good, man. I'll buy it." The funny thing is, I'm thinking, I'll give you some gas money. You know damn well he rode a bike there, so I don't know what he's going to do. I hope he just doesn't buy crack or anything with it. Come on, Jerry. Do the right thing, kiddo. He's going to love me for that. But he goes, yeah, come on, $5. So I get the bell. And he goes, when I started, I had 50. So he had sold all but 8 to 12 of these.
Wow. No
that
kidding.
Day. So he comes to the ring, got every kid. Yeah. Every kid in the building, ding, 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 annoying their parents with these bells.
That is, yeah, not only in the arena, but for days after until the parents threw them out.
Yeah. I think he signed every one. I don't know if they were signed or if he had it printed like that, but yeah, Jerry Bikes came out, but he got a quick pinfall victory over Ben.
Very
awesome.
quick.
Yeah, a roll up and a win for Bikes in his hometown. But it was to be a short-lived victory as Brute Van Slyke made his return to 2CW.
Well, no, wait. You're forgetting the important part. Mr. Bikes grabbed the microphone and said he wanted some real competition.
That's right. And boy, did he get it.
And boy, yeah, he got it.
Yeah.
Now go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Not only was it Brute's return to 2CW, but he had formerly retired in a matchup in One Up Wrestling. So technically, he returned to wrestling altogether.
Came out of retirement.
Yeah, to take on this challenge of Jerry Bikes, much to the chagrin, I'm sure, of Jerry Bikes, as he didn't last too long in there with him.
Since we're on the subject still, I was just looking this up as a side note because I'm your information guy here. A pack of 15 bicycle bells on Amazon, $14.49, $1 a piece. The boy made a 500% profit on those things.
Look at that!
Fantastic!
Look at that!
I love it.
That's some carny work right there, man. That's
capitalism,
and he
needed
it. He needed it because after the match, first of all, Brute Van Slyke didn't return to wrestling. Punisher Van Slyke returned.
That's what I heard he was called. I don't
to
understand what happened.
According to me, because I'm living in the past. But so Brute ends up, as he's leaving the ring, he sees Jerry Bike's bike licking his chops, and he destroyed that bike. So Jerry's profits went to negative after that.
That's right.
After Brute got done.
I didn't know that happened, but that is hilarious because literally just this morning I was looking at some of the 2CW clips from the show, and somebody in one of the clips, somebody put in the comments, "Does anybody have an update on the bike?"
Yes, I saw that comment.
I got a
Makes
text.
sense now.
I got a text yesterday calling me an asshole.
I could have just called you, but I figured I wouldn't bother you, so I just sent you a text instead. Sorry.
It was easier. No, it was from Jerry Bikes. The reason being, during the match, well, not the match, the demolition of the bike, Punisher, now Van Slyke, walked up to me and said, "Give me your chair." And I gave him my chair. And he proceeded to destroy the bike with this chair.
Oh, so you are an accessory to this assault.
Look, Jerry had to say what he had to say. I had to inform him, though, that when a near 400-pound man comes to you and tells you to give him a chair, you give him the fucking chair.
I mean,
I wasn't about to argue with the guy.
What's the alternative? He's going to squash you. So, yeah, I probably would have done the same thing. And
you know what? To Van Slyke's, I'll give him credit. He gave me the chair back, completely thrashed and unsittable.
Very nice.
I couldn't even open it, so the crowd had to find me another chair. But
I'm surprised being a 2CW crowd that the whole place didn't throw him a chair. That's happened before.
Yeah. It's a good thing he said it quietly, or else we would have had probably another riot on our hands. And that chair will come into play later. But next we had the debut of JP Grayson and Tommy Grayson, the Backseat Boys, taking on High Seas, the team of Cloudy and Nick Ando, former 2CW champion.
Your captain. Your captain.
Sometimes mine, but not often. Bobby, I'm going to ask you, what did you know about the Backseat Boys before their debut in 2CW.
I know that they worked a lot on Juggalo Championship Wrestling, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's what I heard through the grapevine. I saw some. I looked them up and saw a couple pictures or videos here and there of them and JCW. Did you know anything about these guys, Billy? Had you heard of them before?
I have heard of them, but I do not know a lot about them at all. No.
All right. I didn't know anything about them, other than the few things I looked up. And of course, they cut a promo for 2CW.
They were fire in the ring, man. They were awesome.
So here are my first thoughts. Like, it brought me back to WCW 2099, that era, and seeing 3 Count come out. And at the time, being the heavy metal guy, I was like, oh my God, these guys are supposed to be like the Backstreet Boys or, NSYNC kind of thing. And I was just, I couldn't stand them at first, but then they got in the ring and their movesets were just amazing. And I'm like, these guys, they're pretty great. I kind of think they're great. Obviously Shane Helms and Shannon Moore. Who was the other guy? Billy, you remember the other guy. What was the other guy's name?
Shannon Moore,
he was only
Shane
with
Helms, and Evan
Courageous.
Yes, sir.
Yes. He wasn't with them very
So in other words,
he was with them for a little bit at the beginning, but
let's put this in 2CW terms. Let's put this in 2CW terms. So it was like the first time you saw Kevin Amazing Grace come out. Until he worked in the ring, then he won you over.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you.
So these guys come out, but like I immediately was like, oh, it's like 3 Count. But can they wrestle like 3 Count? And boy, could they. Did they have
a manager with them?
No,
they did not. No, they
Here's
did
why.
not.
Let me jump in real quick, and it's a side note to what you're talking about because you asked me about it. Backseat Boys were a professional wrestling tag team that consisted of Trent Acid and Johnny Cashmere, who competed in Ring of Honor, Juggalo Championship Wrestling, Pro Wrestling Unplugged, Combat Zone Wrestling, Assault Championship Wrestling, the Premier Wrestling, PWF, Jersey All Pro, Japan. They were the first team in history to hold the ROH Tag Team Championship and CZW Tag Team Championship. The team disbanded following Trent Acid's death in 2010. Cashmere has managed the new Backseat Boys tag team of JP Grayson and Tommy Grayson since 2023.
Oh, wow.
So there's a little back. So Trent Acid, he's a legendary name on the indie circuit.
Yeah.
He passed away some years ago, but he was one of the original, along with their now sometimes manager Johnny Cashmere. So little background on the team there for you.
Yeah. No, they were great. Again, I love their moveset. Very clever in the ring. Blew me away. I didn't expect it to be what it was, and it was great. They had the silver vinyl pants like 3 Count used to wear too.
Nice.
The gimmick's great. Wrestling was great. The match was maybe even match of the night. Like, it may have stolen the show. I thought that match was incredible from start to finish. Both teams were great.
In other words, their ring attire, it made them look like they went back to space.
What were their names again? That's one thing you can say about High Seas. We've been seeing them for years. And,
of course.
The captain thing, in my opinion, or as the kids say, IMO, it's run its course tenfold. But with that said, those guys bring it. And they are solid as shit in the ring.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a perfect, 2CW management it's perfect pairing. They know who to. It's kind of like in the big leagues where people always used to put somebody out there with Dolph or with, you know what I mean? Knowing that they got somebody, not that those guys are bad and they needed to be carried or anything, but like,
no, because they know they're going to bring the best out of them.
You don't know a lot about these guys. You definitely know a lot about these guys. Let's go. Yeah.
They'll draw the best out of anybody.
Sure.
And we've known Cloudy a lot longer, being 2C. And if you follow 2CW, we knew Cloudy quite a few years before we knew Nick, and Cloudy's just always been out. Yeah, him and Cheech.
Yeah. brings us to the 6-way scramble match. Another show stealer. We had Pete the Order, Studley Steve McKenzie, Sean Carr, Super Beast, Corey Jackson, and Pat Sawyer.
And, Sean Carr came out last, and I think it was a bit of a surprise because the extra crowd pop that I heard, has he not been working for a while or something? Because he got an extra crowd pop.
Yeah, I think he's been working, I think for Excite now for a while, hasn't he? I'm not sure if he's been out of action or not.
He's pretty much on all the Excite shows.
Yeah. He's really made a name for himself, except for there's always, I don't know how I always get sat by the guys that hate Sean Carr. It's the same group of guys. And once again, right over my shoulder this time instead of sitting right next to me. I'm like, can't get away from these guys, man. Man, they shit on Sean Carr all the time. But then every time they do, Sean does something great, just to show him up. So
best opening music of the night, always Sean Carr.
Yeah, always.
They probably low key do it on purpose. When they order their tickets, they're like, "Do you have any additional comments?" Yes, sit us behind the cowboy guy. We like to annoy him at the shows.
It's not even. It doesn't even annoy me. It's just funny that I'm always like, "Hey, it's them." Those guys. This show was special for me. This match was special for me. I had they all took the time to take a dive, and Super Beast was right up against the railing in front of us. So every time someone took the crash into him, we were like, "Oh boy," and then Pat Sawyer, he's the last one to go.
It's a big boy.
And this clip is viral all over the place. Like as soon as the show ended, it was viral. And I just saw like 2 links with it today show up on my feed. So it's still going around.
So prior to this show, I don't know if I told Billy this or not. Obviously, Carrie knew. I had pinched a nerve in my neck.
No, I did not know that.
I couldn't really, I still have a little bit of soreness to it, but like I couldn't really turn my head this way or, and if you've ever had that happen to you, you know how much of a pain in the ass it is. Because if you just leave your head straight, you're okay. But then you like, oh, what the hell was, ow,
Yep. Yep.
How can a pain in the neck be a pain in the ass? Are they connected?
When it's really bad.
Yeah, absolutely. So
fair enough.
I about Thursday it started feeling better. Friday I was like, yeah, all right, I can turn it now, and I'd wake up and it was sore, but that was about it. So going into this matchup, I was feeling really good. I'm like, yeah. So Pat Sawyer, he gets up on this, kind of sits on the top rope, and I'm looking at him and I'm like, well, he can't do much from there. Is he just gonna drop down on him? And then he goes flipping forward to where I just see his legs. Like, well, here we go.
And that's the last thing you remember.
Yeah, he kind of came down right on the back of my head. But I'm gonna tell you, I did try to sell it, but he was the most professional. Like that landing, and I'll tell you, Beast took most of it. He took the brunt of that. I couldn't have had
Beast is still hurting from that.
Yeah. I couldn't have had a man near 300 pounds land on me any safer.
And
he was to the point where I kind of caught him. And because that chair that Brute had destroyed was sitting on the floor right in front of me. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want him landing on that chair. So I had I kind of cradled him a little bit as he landed. And that lasted maybe a second.
Yeah.
Till my arms went yeah, you're not that strong, bud.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I just remember going sorry because I dropped him and just went bump right on that broken chair.
I'm sure he even though he knew he was going to do the flip, you probably had more of a warning that he was going to come land on you, because when he's in the middle, you know what I mean? So that that shows extra how professional he is, that he was able to somehow, whether he tucked his legs in or whatever, so he didn't just kill somebody in the crowd, with his feet or something.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
No,
you said,
he
he
was-
landed the most, the safest he possibly could have. And that's like a split second decision, however he did it.
Yeah.
And all the somebodies that he could have killed out of all of them, it would have been you.
I was proud of it. Like I told Bobby, I was like, I still got a couple bumps left in me.
There you go.
That's the first thing he said when I saw him right after the matches.
His bump card's not full yet.
Bump card's not
Getting
full.
there though. But the first thing Carrie's like, how is, she kind of like whispers over, how is your neck? And I'm like,
You guys are like
we
kayfabe
won't
that
talk
you had a
about
neck
that
injury.
right now.
How's your neck?
But yeah, good time, great match. Oh, those six-man matches are always the
Who
most
went
fun
over in
ones.
this?
Oh, who did go over in the Sean Carr?
Sean Carr went over.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a good one. And speaking of good ones, don't get much better than this. The return of Eddie Edwards to 2CW against Mike Skyros.
Nice.
Eddie looked fantastic. Did he not?
Yeah. That's awesome.
He did. He gained a little bit of weight, but not bulked up, but he's part
He's
of
a
the
little
system.
thicker. He's a little thicker. He's not jacked, but he's thicker than he used to be. Again, he used to be tiny.
But he lost a lot of that too, though. Like he was, like on TV and stuff, he had gotten thicker, and I'd seen that, and I was like, I remember when he was all like, cut out of stone and whatnot. He looks good again. Like he's getting it back, his weight down.
I don't think that guy's aged, to be completely
not at
honest
all.
with you.
And he's featured in one of the prominent groups in wrestling right now, the System on TNA
Yeah.
Wrestling.
Yeah,
He's one of the top factions there, if not the top.
I felt really awful for Mike Skyros because he was taking the worst chops. His chest, I'm surprised it wasn't bleeding by the end of it. If it was, I just didn't notice, but I wouldn't doubt it if it was. At one point, I yelled, he's getting chopped, and I go, all right, great job. Now get him in the back. And the kid running the camera just turns from the camera and looks at me like, what an asshole.
This is how devastating the chops were. Merch girl Laura comes up and whispers to me,
Laura.
Is he really chopping it? Yes. Is he really chopping him that hard, or is this building just a little bit extra echoey? And I said, no.
That's really happening.
It was awful, but so great too, because that's wrestling, man, and I freaking love wrestling, man. It was so good. The match was great. Mike Skyros is friggin' incredible. And as always, he gave Skyros his flowers. That kid's gonna be, now I see him. He's going around quite a bit, man.
Yep.
Green Mountain Wrestling, I believe I saw him there.
Yep, absolutely.
GCW now.
He's
There.
all over the
Yes.
place, man.
Good for
Yes.
him, man.
He's
Well
putting,
deserved.
He's putting in the miles, and he's getting his name out there. And
He's come a long way from Guy Sunshine.
yeah.
Guy Sunshine, yes.
And
I have candid video. I have candid video that I might sell to some wrestling marks of him getting his makeup, getting his makeup put on. So
someone's got a whatnot account. Look out.
Uh-oh. Coming up next, here's the auction. Candid pictures of Mike Skyros Sunshine.
not just picture, video.
Oh.
Yes, and he could tell. Like I was a distance away and zooming in, but he could tell something was up because at one point he just looked over at me and smiled.
He behind the scenes when he was getting his makeup put on.
Yes, I did that.
All right. And after that,
They could see short sleeve Samson in the background.
oh,
No, I'm kidding.
well, now you can make twice the money, right?
Whole different genre.
Billy gets that reference, right?
Yes,
you
I
get
do.
that reference. Somebody else out there, Tim Jockway, you get it.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim. Tim's like, nah,
Um,
shit. Now I got to watch this show. Damn it.
That's how I rope him in. Next we had Matt Taven returning against Cheech.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good little contest. Cheech is
Dude,
always one of the
that's
most
another
entertaining-
one. Anybody coming in. Who can we put them in the singles match? Oh, Cheech. Because no matter who they are, they're going to have a good match because Cheech is fucking awesome.
Yeah. But, Matt Taven's no slouch either, man. It
no,
was good to see
no,
him
that's what
back.
makes it even better. Yeah.
Remember,
The thing with
Cheech
Cheech is over just by the faces he makes at the crowd and the gestures he makes when he's walking around the ring on his way into the ring. So he's over from that point on.
Yeah. Speaking of over, somebody yelled, oh, man. I don't know if you guys remember this. It was close to 20 years ago. It was at the Pastime Athletic Club, and I was probably 3 sheets to the wind. But Cheech is wrestling, and I said to Nolan or someone next to me that when he talks, he sounds like Gilbert Gottfried. So I just stood up during a dull moment and just started telling a Gilbert Gottfried joke in a Gilbert Gottfried voice. The whole match stopped. Cheech put his arm on the ropes and listened to the whole joke. Everyone got popped when it was done at the punchline, and they continued wrestling. So we're sitting there watching this match in Watertown, and this guy's like, "You sound like Gilbert Gottfried." I just kind of looked at Steve. I'm like, right?
Uh-oh.
Still over.
It was great getting to talk to Matt Taven again, too. Like, after the show, he was still signing stuff and everything for people on the way out. And I'm like, I seem to remember a match in Binghamton, New York one time where you and Mike Bennett opened the show. Do you remember? He goes, I remember it like it was yesterday. He goes, Brody Lee put himself on the line, his reputation to get us into 2CW. That was our first match there. And he goes, and I'll cherish it forever and ever. And I'm like, it's amazing to see what you and Mike have done, just thinking about that moment. And he's like, oh, we're the same people. Thank you.
That's awesome.
He had his MTV. Remember those tights he had? It had the MTV logo on them for Matt Taven. I always liked those. I don't remember who won over on this match. Do you remember?
The Matt Taven match?
Come on, ring announcer. Who went over?
Oh, my God. I don't even know if I kept notes on this stuff.
Let's check with the ring announcer. Maybe he should know, right?
Maybe he should know.
Fenton took notes. Get a hold of him. Was he even there? I don't remember seeing Fenton.
Matt Taven went over.
Okay.
The trend, right. Matt Taven.
The
trend, Matt Taven.
That's
cool. In my notes too. You see, I took notes on that, unlike the Brute Van Slyke thing. Like, I just thought I could go by memory. So I'm not going to let myself down on that whole thing, because I went up to him after in the locker room and I'm like, so sorry for the Punisher van. He's like, I was like, what year is this again? And I go, you should have just looked at me and realized, oh, it's that old dude. That's why.
It would be great if he came back as Punisher, though. I think that would just make sense.
I do too, because then you
can,
then you can say Brute Van Slyke did retire. Punisher Van Slyke made his return.
Yeah,
see that? I'm booking already.
That's the way it works. That's
everybody's got to be a booker. Everybody's got to try to be a booker.
Yes. And then we had the main event for the night. Oof. Really, there were quite a few of these that could have been main event of the night, but we had Cedric Alexander, the X Division champion, taking on the Freezer, Don Freeze.
Nice. Freeze in the main event. I like it.
Match. So
Freeze comes down. Let me say it again. Let me say it again, because I said it once, and Cedric told me to say it again because he doesn't deserve it. Ring announcer, say it again. This was a non-title match.
Yeah. And
Don didn't like it too much. Cedric loved
the crowd. The crowd. That was like the boo of the night right there. Crowd just, for whatever reason, just lost it when he said it again too.
Cedric, also a member of the system in TNA wrestling.
Yes.
Yes. It was a good match. It was a well-paced match. Don Freeze, his intro was great. Came down on an ice box, shooting a cannon, a laser cannon of some sort that was shooting like smoke or
Mist,
I don't even know.
like mist.
Yeah,
It was
like,
ice mist. Yeah.
Was it
That's
like?
what it was,
Was it
like
supposed to
dry
be
ice?
like a dry ice kind of
Yes.
like feel to it?
Yeah.
Nice.
But it was
Exactly
like,
what it
had,
was.
like a lights, in it, like blue
Fantastic
lights.
intro. Just
Yeah, I had a couple of
Unbelievable.
younger guys pushing him on this ice box to the ring.
Nice.
Um,
They were his boys.
yeah, I guess so. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess
would
you
call
could
them
say
his boys.
that.
They were the
His young
cubes,
boys.
the chips.
It's ice cubes.
Here comes Don Freeze. He's got the cubes with him.
The cubes
The Penguins.
from his wrestling school, the dispenser.
This hilarious.
Anyway,
Don't get us started. We'll
And
be
I
here
gotta
all night.
say that in reality, if anybody deserves a title match, Don Freeze is the guy that deserves every title match.
what I love, there's always going to be a big portion of that crowd that has never been to, like, whether it's an Excite show, a One Up show, a 2CW show. There's always a large portion of people that haven't seen certain guys in the ring. Don Freeze being one of them. And what I love about going to these shows and seeing Don Freeze in the ring is when he turns it up and starts doing his flips and starts hitting those ropes, you hear that sound of the audience losing the breath in their lungs, just sucked out, like like you hear that all around you. And I'm like, this is why I love wrestling, man. He
It's
does
awesome.
it to the crowd
You
every
took the
time.
words right out of my mouth, my friend, because that is the greatest thing. Like at GCW when we went there and at 2CW, we know what's coming and we know what's going to happen, but we haven't told a soul. We haven't said, just wait till you see this guy. No, we don't go around and say, we want that reaction for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I went back to him and marked out big time. I mean, I'm just like, dude.
Oh, big time.
Like,
Yeah.
why don't you have a multi-million-dollar contract right now? Can you tell me?
Yeah, well,
He's good.
just think about how young he is now
Yeah.
and where he's going to be, in 5, even 10 years.
And he
Unbelievable.
He seems like the type that, like, he seems like the type that's probably like a sponge. Like people will tell him stuff or give him advice, and he just seems like he'd be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
In other words, not, he's getting a name for himself on the indies and on the circuit and stuff. He's not letting it go to his head. He's like, just like at some point, somebody probably said you should come out with like a freezer cannon or shooting like dry ice or what looks, you know what I mean? Somebody probably, maybe it was his idea, but I'm thinking maybe somebody suggested that and that upped his game right there. Cause that's like the first thing you fucking talked about when he came out was his awesome entrance. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
anything to up the game on that for him.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
he might be humble underneath it all, but I think if he gets that kind of confidence where he knows there's nothing he can't do, look out, because he's going to be the next big guy on this indie scene, I think, moving forward.
One thing that I do have to correct you about, Eddie, though, is this. That got the second pop of the night. Okay, the second loudest booing of the night was, this is a non-title match. The first thing that got everybody in the building, and I'm sure pretty much everybody that was outside the building doing maintenance.
I know what you're
going
to say.
Was me having to make the announcement. The New York State Athletic Commission has told me that all the people standing up have to get back to their seats before we start the next match for your own safety. That got the heaviest boos of
Yes,
the
it
entire
did.
night.
And it was brilliant. It was
hilarious.
brilliant to say. Oh, they were apparently there were two representatives from the New York State Athletic Commission in attendance, and they were not, from what I heard, the most pleasant individuals to have to deal with. And
And just out of curiosity, do you think they told me to say that it was because of the New York State Athletic Commission, or did I ad-lib that? Think about Bob for a minute.
Please tell me you ad-libbed that.
I 100% ad-libbed that.
That's amazing.
I was gonna say.
And Steve King walked up to me and said, "That was the most brilliant thing you could have done."
That's
right
hilarious.
there. It takes the heat off of
I
us.
could just-
it
I
takes
could
the
just
heat off
picture-
of you.
I could just picture Strangler and freaking Josh popping huge going, oh, yeah.
I said, there's no way I'm going to get booed out of the building for that, and I'm not putting the heat on you guys. I said, it's going to where it came from.
Meanwhile, the commissioner's back there going, that
Son of-
motherfucker, I never said that. What the hell?
After the Pat Sawyer incident, I was asked by several different people at ringside if I was okay, if we were okay. And again, to the credit, Pat Sawyer's credit, right after, like he did that flip, he looked up at us and said, "Are you guys okay?" Very first thing he did.
Nice.
Nice. And yeah, we were fine, of course, But we had several people come up and ask, "Are you guys okay?" And I was told the athletic commission wants to make sure you guys are okay. Like, I looked back at that person, I said, yeah, and tell them I fucking loved it.
I want it again.
And I got a smile in return. So, yeah, I guess they were just being very hard on wrestling in particular that month because another company had done something involving the crowd involvement, and I guess they didn't like that very well. So I guess 2CW was going to take the brunt of the blow following that incident. Unfortunately,
that was my understanding too, from just hearing the talk backstage.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. One bad apple can spoil the bunch, but also, I mean, how long have we had pro wrestling in New York State? Like,
right?
These idiots probably never saw a pro wrestling show in their lives, So
right.
It's probably why they took two of them to do their job instead of just the one.
Boys,
from your perspective, Eddie, from your perspective, what were some of the cool things you remember, whether it was talking to the people in the parking lot, people you hadn't necessarily seen in a while, and in the building, and just give me one or two examples of what you thought really stuck out about the show.
The whole thing with the tailgate, like, we've had a couple of 2CW shows in the past. Of course, we had the reunion shows. We had the reunion show in Watertown not too long ago there, and we never really did the tailgate deal. We had another up and coming indie company that came out not too long ago, and I went to a show of theirs in Watertown and brought the cooler and the chair and sat there by myself, like no one was there. I'm like, well, what happened? Either I'm getting old or the tailgate's dead. But this show, we had the whole gang back together, and a couple of the boys came up, had a beer, and it was just like old times. And I couldn't have been happier to see those guys again, like all the 2CW faithful. We had Demo there, Pete, we had Dewey, Dash, Kirsten, all those guys, man. Like, I love them to death. And we see each other intermittently, for pay-per-views and whatnot here and there. But nothing beats being at a 2CW show together, because it's like, that's where we all met. That's where we all came together. That's where we all grew to love each other. And it's it's just something you can't beat, like, that's the best way that you can start a show, is to have that reunion and that meeting of the minds, those like-minded people.
It's like 21 years ago, we all became a family, and our family grew over the years like families do. And every time we have one of these, it's literally like a family reunion.
Yeah. But the family reunions are fewer and further in between nowadays. Right. But hopefully with this resurgence of 2CW, we'll be able to get together a lot more often and
absolutely
make more.
For
memories.
me, I would have to say the one thing that stands out is the fact that backstage was a striper colored squared circle wrestling banner in honor of Jack Trades.
Yeah,
that was incredible.
I saw a picture of that. It brought a tear to my eye when I saw it. I actually have one of Jack's striper buttons one of his pins.
Nice.
That Justin gave to me, and you guys have seen. I got the wrestling figure collection above my bar, and on the very top shelf, that's where I put that.
Nice.
Not where it's not where people to show it off, where people can see it sitting flat up there, but it deserves to be, with my most prized possessions, and that's.
I don't know if you guys know. You guys probably know that Trades collected cards, and not like trading cards, because his name's Trades.
No, he was a magician. He did magic
decks of cards. That was his big thing.
Yeah.
And at some point last year, I think it was, Justin and I did a dealio. He found a figure, or had a figure, or found a figure that I was interested in, and I was looking. He goes, "Yeah, I'll go on." So he I can't remember exactly how we got together to do it. I think he dropped it off or something. But in the bag with it was one of the decks of cards that his dad had. And I was like, dude, what? He goes, Dad had a collection of those, and I wanted to give them to people that would appreciate it. And then knew, because, I don't know, I play poker, and so I'll never open that deck of cards. I'll never use it. But it was just awesome that he thought enough of me to give me one of those decks, and I'll cherish it,
Yeah. So that was the one big thing, obviously, that was missing from the night. Jack Trades, and we can say that about any 2CW show that's happened without him, and will always happen.
Bob,
and can't forget about the fans that we've lost too. There's a lot of fans and we get
I don't know if
correspond and all that, and that's the sad thing about getting older and having these reunions and not having those people with us.
I don't know if you know this or not, Bob, but at the November show that we had in was that Watertown? That was Watertown as well, yeah.
Yes. I wasn't at that show. Yep.
Justin was wearing Trades' blue shirt.
I remember seeing a picture of that. Yes,
he was out there doing a great job. I mean, he's no one's going to take offense to this, but he's no Trades, but he did a good job with it, and it honored his dad. It was awesome.
And let's give a shout out now to the archives that he's putting up available on the Patreon and 2CW Live stuff that he's putting up on YouTube.
Yep.
Because a lot of people, we know the history. You know what I mean? Billy and I were there from number one. Yep. So we know the history, and to get these other people. And I heard a story from somebody, and they told me that there were these kids there that were really young, and they were talking about the shows, and they were like, "Oh, I love this one and that one." And they were shows that these kids were not old enough. They weren't even born when these shows happened. So I thought that was an incredible story. So that's parenting done right.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
there.
Absolutely.
And support that page. Support the Patreon.
We speak of
$5 a month, man.
We speak of the Watertown show last November. I'm literally just looking at this right here, and 2 days ago, that show was put up on the 2CW Archive Patreon channel. So if you want to see that show, that is up there currently now. Eddie, you talked about earlier, the reunions that we have now are few and far between. Well, my friends, we only have to wait another month, because the next one in line is 2CW's The One Who Knocks. And that's going to be on September 26th in the Madhouse in Binghamton, returning to Binghamton, New York.
The Bing.
We know
Mike
Sean Carroll gonna pop
Skyros'
there.
favorite city. Mike Skyros' favorite city of all time.
He hates it. So far announced for that show, three big names. Two of those names we have seen previously in 2CW in the past. One of those two would be Rich Swann, will be dancing his way into Binghamton, into the Madhouse. Another one will be, let's just say, Eddie just took off. I think he's going to buy his ticket for the whole train. The Godfather. The Godfather will be making his return to 2CW on September 26th. And of course, let me tell you something, baby. I'm coming to 2CW, Daddy.
The mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart.
There it is. The legendary Jimmy Hart will be coming to the 2CW, the one who knocks in Binghamton on Saturday, September the 26th.
That's
That'll be
somebody
good
I
times.
never thought 2CW would bring in, but I'd always wanted to see it because he is just so fan friendly and just such a great dude. And he's
Just
like a
a-
fan of wrestling. You know what I
Just
mean?
a lovable
He's,
guy altogether.
Yeah.
I think I want to get
100%.
I think I want to go to one of the one of the record stores and get a Gentry's album to have him sign it.
Nice. Good call.
I saw something
Yes.
pop up somewhere where they are going to be selling autographed Gentry's albums.
Yes, I did see that too.
I did see that pop up somewhere.
Also,
but
as
you
we
want to get
speak-
it done yourself.
As we
Forget
speak in real
authentication.
time,
You
in
wanna
real
see it
time, my friend Mike Antano has an unopened LJN Jimmy Hart.
Wow.
Yes. And he keeps telling me if they come to one of his poker games and if I win, I will get that as my prize. So I got to
You
now
never
go find
lose
out
at
when the next
poker.
poker game. Well, I do. Yeah.
You're a card shark. You never lose.
Shh.
You got it.
I reel them in for moments just like this. I got to find out. Well, hopefully the next game is before the 26th of September.
Yeah, right?
Boys, it's been fun.
It
We're looking forward to 2CW, the one who knocks Binghamton, Saturday, September 26th. 2CW returns to the Madhouse in Binghamton. And speaking of returning, we who haven't we have not been we've been a little lackadaisical with our slams and jams.
And
You
you know
know,
what, man?
Life
And I
gets
was
in the
go-
way.
I
Was
was
that
gonna
Bobhausen
say,
down there?
man, I was gonna say, I'm like, I this was good. This was really good. You know, it's been way too long,
Absolutely.
and I think I needed this in life. This has been great. I'm glad we got to get past all of our technical difficulties. That
Absolutely.
know.
Finally figured it out.
Let's
Finally
go behind the
figured it out.
scenes and give an example. Like the last time we tried doing this, somebody got mad and things got broken, and it was not very good.
Who am I pointing at?
There you go. Somebody that's not there, and you're pointing at the wrong person. Well, who knows what this is going to look like on the screen? So
Yeah,
it
right.
wasn't me.
Bob, what the hell?
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. Anyways, so with that said, we are coming back at you within the next week because we are, as we speak, tomorrow evening taking a little road trip ski. The three of us, wherever we may be. Brady Bunch. Dun, 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 dun. We are, Bob's giving the preview right there. We are going to Cortland, New York. We touched on it a little bit when we did our plush review. We're going to Cortland. We're taking a road trip. We're going to go to the mural at the Hollywood Deli. We're going to go to Dio Way, the street that was named after the street that Ronnie James Dio was born on or raised on.
Raised on. He was born in a different state, but lived most of his life.
What
Was
he said.
raised on that
Maybe he's
street.
over there.
Yes.
And then for there, the ultimate Dio tribute. We're going to stop at the A&W Drive-In and get a Dio dog. That's right. A Dio dog.
Sounds
That's not
good
a
to
real
me.
thing, but we're naming it that because
will be
we're
now.
giving us an excuse to eat at A&W.
It will be now. And we may have to stop at Pudgy's too, because you can't go to
So,
where there's a Pudgy's. And
I
not
guess
eat at
that's
Pudgy's.
going to have to be a debate.
true.
We got a little while on the drive. A&W or Pudgy's?
Yes, both.
Yeah.
That's why we're friends right there. That there is why we're friends. All right, slams and jams for the love of pro wrestling and rock and roll coming up next show. We've been doing a lot more music stuff. Before it was all wrestling. Now we've been hitting some music a lot. We got to mix it back up. We're going to start doing some shows that's got a little bit of some of both in there. So until then, my boys, I will see you in real time tomorrow. We got a road trip ahead of us. Going to be a good time. Love you guys.
Love you.
Love you.
And we love you people out there. You.
And you. Let's be politicians.
Let's not. Nah, let's not. That sucks. Bye.
Yeah, I hate that too.